have an explanation.
Hello tribe, welcome to my channel. My name is Aina and like every other day today we are going to discuss something that will bring a little or a huge change into your life. So let's just not waste our time and deep dive into the topic that we are going to discuss today. And my topic for today is the introspection. This is a very old topic that is discussed in the psychology and it is related to a very prominent school in the psychology, and there is still so much research going on it. But the thing is, we are not going to discuss it in the terms of the research and in the terms of how it is related to the school of psychology. We are going to discuss it in the terms of simply how it can make your life better. What are the ways that it can work for you? Introspection is basically a technique that we use where we turn inwards towards our thoughts, towards our feeling, towards our emotion, and gently probe ourselves with honesty and compassion. Generally, what happens when anything happens in our life, we think about it. We think about other people's reaction, we think about our reactions, we think about our actions. But what we do there is we ask the question in a very cruel way. We do move inwards, but our way is cruel. Basically, the mistake we do there is we attack ourselves. हम जब खुद से क्वेश्चनिंग करते हैं, हम इस तरीके से करते हैं कि हम अपनी ही आइडेंटिटी पर अटैक करते हैं बेस्ड अपॉन दैट वन सिंगल इवेंट. And this is the thing that we are going to avoid in the healthy introspection. There are many ways introspection can go wrong when you are not aware. So if your thoughts or the questioning that you are doing to yourself becomes an attack, become a very negative statement that you will remember for many days after the event or the situation has passed, that is not the healthy introspection. That is the unhealthy version that an unaware person use, and rather than benefiting them, it will hurt them. So one of the most gentle question that you can ask yourself when you are sitting for the introspection is, what is happening inside me? It could be related to the uncomfortable event, situation, a conversation that you had, or the thoughts maybe you are having towards yourself. आप किसी तरीके से कोई एंजाइटी फील कर रहे हैं, स्ट्रेस फील कर रहे हैं, आपके किसी रिएक्शन को लेके आपको स्ट्रेस फील हो रहा है, कोई गिल्ट फील हो रहा है किसी तरीके का. यू मूव इनवर्ड स्लोली एंड यू आस्क योरसेल्फ, व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इनसाइड मी? This is one of the very basic questions that you can ask yourself. And when you get the answer from inside you, please avoid attaching any negative emotion to it. Like if the answers come up, I feel angry, this person has done this, then I do not know what to do and I reacted in this way and now I feel bad. What you are doing is you are explaining yourself. We are not sitting and explaining or describing the situation that has happened. You are simply saying that I feel angry, I feel lost, I feel anxious, I feel stressed. A very simple answer that you have asked yourself very gently in a very compassionate manner. So this is how the introspection looks like. So now I am going to discuss the key qualities of healthy introspection so that you don't mix it with the unhealthy introspection or overthinking or rumination, because most of the times these three comes in the set and we are not able to differentiate. We will discuss the rumination and overthinking maybe in another video. So the first key quality of introspection is curiosity over judgment. So what is happening here? When you are moving inward, you are curious. You are asking yourself the question that a child will ask the adult when they see something happening, when they notice that something is happening around them, and what kind of the question that child will ask to the adult. So instead of saying, I am so stupid, I overreacted so much, you can simply say that, what made me react in this way? When you ask a question like this way, the answer will come naturally in a very calm, very precise, in a very good manner that will add something good in your life so that you don't get in the situations like this again and again. So the second key quality of the introspection is ownership without the shame. Now, if you really want to change something that has happened in the event or the situation or the conversation, you have to own your mistakes and you have to realize that as a human you are allowed to make the mistakes. You are allowed to interpret the situations in the wrong way. You are allowed to interpret the conversation in the wrong way. Sometimes we do not understand, our reactions come so naturally. So instead of saying that I am a bad person, I overreacted in that conversation, you can simply say that I overreacted in that conversation because I was feeling threatened. So what you are basically doing here is, when in a negative manner you say that I am a bad person, you are attaching that mistake to your identity, and that is what we have to avoid while we are introspecting. So simple से वे से खुद को बोलना है कि I overreacted in this situation because I was feeling threatened. Here you are reminding yourself what is the reason of your overreaction. When you have the reason, you can work upon it. Now moving to the third key quality, it is recognizing the patterns. Introspection is a technique where you are basically trying to understand your pattern, and it is very, very important. You do not blame yourself, you do not judge yourself, you do not criticize yourself on the single event that you are thinking about. You also have to attach other situation, maybe the similar kinds, maybe the situation you get regularly into, if you want to recognize your patterns around the same thing. For example, whenever I feel ignored, I become defensive. So maybe it is connected to an old fear of not being seen or not being valued enough to pay attention to. So this is the way that you recognize your pattern. Whenever you feel ignored, you get defensive. Okay, you are not blaming yourself, you are not criticizing yourself, you are simply telling yourself a fact कि ये चीज़ होती है, पहले भी हुई है और इसका ये reason है. This is a very simple way that you are moving inward, stepwise, telling yourself, asking yourself the question in a way that does not harm your identity. The fourth key quality is the balanced perspective. Now it is very, very important. It is not just important for the healthy introspection, it is very, very important in overall psychology as a whole subject. When we are thinking about something where we have made a mistake, where we have gone wrong, where you are feeling anxious and stressed, it is very good to focus upon few of your strength. In between the healthy introspection, you can also think about the situation where you handled these kind of the situation or conversation in a better way. होता क्या है ना, जब आप खुद को रिमाइंड करवाते हो कि ऐसी सिचुएशन 1-2 साल पहले भी हुई थी, तब भी एक ऐसी कन्वर्सेशन, एक ऐसा इवेंट हुआ था, बट तब मेरा रिएक्शन ऐसा नहीं था, तब मैंने थोड़ा सा ऐसे कर लिया था तो इतनी प्रॉब्लम नहीं हुई थी, मुझे इतनी एंग्जाइटी नहीं हुई थी, मुझे इतना गुस्सा नहीं आया था. दिस इज द वे यू आर टेलिंग योरसेल्फ कि बेटर वे है इस सिचुएशन को हैंडल करने की, और मुझे वो पता भी है. So next time I will be more aware while handling this situation. And moving to the fifth point, and it is the most important thing you have to know about introspection. A healthy introspection will always lead to a gentle change. If you are just thinking and questioning yourself about the events, about everything, maybe you also come to a conclusion of the situation of the event, but the thing is, if you are not applying that awareness that you felt during the introspection is of no benefit. It should always lead to a change, maybe slowly, but a very gentle probe when the situation arises is very important. We have already thought about it. So simply next time when the situation is there, now you are aware how you reacted back then, and you have to avoid that. You can simply say that I will pause before reacting. अब वो रिएक्शन पॉजिटिव है चाहे नेगेटिव है, यू आर टेकिंग दैट पॉज. यू आर गिविंग योरसेल्फ टाइम to dwell in the awareness that you worked upon in the introspection. With that, we have completed the 5 key qualities of the introspection. And next point that I want to add is, चाहे कैसे भी आपकी इंट्रोस्पेक्शन गई है, चाहे आपको लगता है कि मे बी something has happened wrong in your introspection, or maybe you don't feel that good about it, आपकी जो इंट्रोस्पेक्शन है वो rumination नहीं बननी चाहिए. आपकी जो इंट्रोस्पेक्शन है वो बहुत ही लिमिटेड टाइम के लिए होनी चाहिए, चाहे आपको उसके लिए अलार्म क्यों ना सेट करना पड़े. यू कैन नॉट सिट एंड थिंक अबाउट ए सिचुएशन फॉर 8 hours, for 7 hours. It is called rumination, and rumination do not have any result. That is you basically thinking about something and never coming to a conclusion, never coming out of it. Rumination is attached to the anxieties. You have to avoid the rumination. You have to take care of the thin line between the introspection, overthinking, and the rumination. We are just going to introspect and never moving to the overthinking and the rumination. So the time limit is very important for the introspection. So with that, we have come to the end of the video. In simple terms, I will say that introspection is basically the self-awareness with kindness, not the self-analysis with the cruelty. So this line sums up the whole practice of the introspection that we have discussed, and I hope that you learned something today in this video. If you like this video, please share and subscribe, and if you think that any friend of you needs this, they overthink, they ruminate a lot, and you want them to do better, please share this video. Thank you so much for being here.